Hey, good morning. This is Danny with the Christian Metal Ministry, and I'm really glad to have you with us here today. Hey, I want to talk to you a little bit about called Faith in the Fire. I want to reflect on a pressing issue that has affected countless lives in the Los Angeles wildfires. But as we explore this topic, we'll look at how these events relate to our faith and the teachings of the scriptures. See, wildfires are devastating forces of nature that can leave destruction and devastation in their wake. In Los Angeles, we've witnessed entire neighborhoods being consumed and wiped out, families displaced, countless lives are affected. The sheer power of these flames remind us of the fragility of life and the unpredictabilities of our circumstances. But in times like this, it's essential to turn to the scriptures for comfort and guidance. In Isaiah 43:2, we read, "When you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flames will not consume you." This promise from God reassures us that even in the most challenging times, He is with us, providing strength and support. As members of the church, we are called to be the hands and feet of Jesus. In Matthew 25:40, Jesus teaches us, "And the king will say, I will tell you the truth. When you did it to one of these least of these, my brothers and sisters, you are doing it to me." This verse challenges us to respond to the needs of those affected by the wildfires. Whether it's through donations, volunteering, or just simply offering a listening ear, our actions can bring hope and healing to those in distress. In face of disaster, we see the strength of communities. Local churches have even stepped up to provide shelter, food, and emotional support. As Paul writes in Galatians 6:2, "Share each other's burdens, and in this way obey the law of Christ." This is a time for us to come together, to lift each other up, and to share the love of Christ in tangible ways. But as we reflect on the wildfires, it is vital to consider what we can learn from these events. Natural disasters often serve as a wake-up call, reminding us of our connection to the world that is around us. In Romans 8:28, we are reassured that, and we know that God causes everything to work together for good for those who love God and are called according to His purpose. Even amidst tragedies, we can trust that God can bring about good from our suffering and loss. It's hard, it's difficult to see it right now, but yet God is working behind the scenes to bring about good from all this. You see, one of the lessons we can draw from the wildfires is the importance of preparedness. Proverbs 27:12. "A prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions." This simply goes blindly on and suffers the consequences. But as a church community, we can encourage each other to be prepared, not just physically, but spiritually as well. Engaging in regular prayer and studying the scriptures and fostering a supportive community can help us withstand life's challenges. As a church, we're called to encourage one another, uplift one another, pray for one another. But resilience is a crucial trait that we can cultivate within ourselves and each other. James 1:2 reminds us, "Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow." This perspective allows us to view challenges as opportunities for spiritual growth. It's hard to see it right now. You're going through difficult times. You're stressed. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to turn to. But it's essential to support one another in developing these reliance. You see, helping each other to find joy even in the most difficult circumstances. The wildfires remind us that our mission extends beyond the walls of our church. As we seek to be the light of Christ in our communities, we can reach out to those who may not share our faith. Matthew 5:14, Jesus tells us, "You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden." You see, our response to the wildfires can be a powerful testimony to those that are around us, showcasing the love and compassion of Christ through our actions. It's also important to share testimonies of hope and restoration. Many individuals and families have experienced the loss of their homes and possessions. They have lost everything. But however, amidst this devastation, there are stories of resilience and recovery. There are stories of restoration and hope. By sharing these testimonies in our church gatherings or communities, we can inspire others to remind each other of God's faithfulness even in troubled times. Revelation 12:11 states, "And they have defeated him by the blood of the Lamb and by their testimony." You see, our shared experiences of God's provision can encourage and uplift our communities. And finally, we must remember that there is a spiritual component to every physical battle that we face. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world. But as we navigate the aftermath of the wildfires, we should engage in prayerful vigilance, seeking God's protection over our communities and standing firm against despair and hopelessness. But in closing, the Los Angeles wildfire serves as a powerful reminder of both the fragility of life and the strength found in our faith and community. As we continue to support those affected, let us also look inward and reflect on how we can grow spiritually and practically. Together, we can be a source of light and hope in the darkness. Thank you for joining us on this discussion on the wildfires and their impact on our community and faith. If you have personal stories or insights related to this topic, we encourage you to share them with us. Your experience can help others navigate their challenges. As always, please subscribe and share this with your family and friends. Stay connected with us as we continue to explore faith in action in our lives and communities. Until next time, may God bless you and keep you safe.